Bucket of holes a hole, you
Hey,
know.
love is love. How dare you? Yeah.
The world has wrought this upon themselves.
So your major pain laugh?
Yeah, wouldn't you just lose your shit if you were in the movie theater and you just heard that laugh and then just like black dude with a mustache and one gold tooth smile just like filled the screen?
Yeah.
And it's like summer 2020.
I mean, yeah.
I'd flip my shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a classic, for sure.
Yeah, you know, because his son looks just like him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, do you think his son would be enlisted just to spite the old man?
Oh, well, you'd have to be, yeah.
Yeah, so would it be Sergeant Payne?
Private
Private Payne.
pain. Yeah, private, yeah. Hazing other boots.
I was thinking more of just like, you know, you forgot to wrap it and now you got the private
like a physical
pain.
private.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got layers, son.
Yeah. Jokes got layers.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dan Sharp. I am your host. My co-host, Mike Sensi.
That is me.
And once again, you have to say his whole name.
Mike motherfucking Cincy.
Much like Bloody Mary, if you say his name 3 times in a row, he'll show up and cream pie you.
Please don't test that.
You just disappear. I'm like, oh, fuck, we got the rest of the show to do.
You did this.
Our executive producer, Mike Stedman.
Mike motherfucking Stedman.
So not to be confused, he's referred to as EP Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Find him on Instagram at Stedbro America, and we are the Smoke Pit. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be the last episode we're going to do for a little bit.
Yeah, might take a little break. We all have, there's a gnat in here. We all have a bunch of stuff coming up, so be about 2 weeks off. I am distracted by this gnat.
I mean, you should be. It came from your groin.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised it left its home.
And so we're going to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
I am going to be traveling the world.
Yes.
And you are going to be...
I'm actually, going back home to the greatest state that there is, the history of this nation, Indiana. And I'm going to do some hometown recruiting assistance for 2 weeks.
You know, so my lady friend, she saw something from Parks and Rec and didn't realize it was a TV show.
Yeah, I know. Did she tell you?
Yeah. She was mortified. She was so embarrassed.
I don't know if she told you how she actually set it up, but she sent it to me and she goes, "Explain."
Yeah, it's like when I sent you the thing by the band Hoosier. But I thought it was Hoosier because I can't spell.
It's true.
Because I'm from Florida.
It's true.
And I was like, explain.
Yeah. What? Yeah. You both did that. You both said explain. Yeah.
We're very similar.
Yes.
In personality, but yeah, she was mortified because she doesn't watch a lot of TV.
She's very busy. She's doing stuff.
Yeah. So
unlike us, we're watching Parks and Rec all the time.
So she thought it was a real Indiana thing.
No, it's not.
Which, to be fair, it could very well be. I mean, all fiction is based in some reality.
I guarantee if you actually did a deep dive on that specific event, it's probably a real thing.
Or at least loosely based on historical events.
For sure.
Yeah, so she was very mortified. Yeah, so
I love her.
I got out of the Marines and I started a business because there weren't a lot of options for me, and I made a priority to hire vets and family members of vets.
Yes.
And after 3.5 years, I have sold that business.
Oh, nice.
And the new owners have pledged to continue to hire veterans and their family members.
Good, as they should.
And I was able to employ over 30 vets in about 3.5 years.
Nice, man.
Most of these guys were waiting for either school to start or contract to open up or security clearance to go through. Because a lot of guys don't realize that shit takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a long time. You
know, like applying for school, you may have already missed the deadline before you get out. And so people would get out, they're just so ready to fucking jump out that plane. Mm-hmm. And, they weren't quite ready to fucking deal with the landing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a way to, get vets work while they're transitioning to their next point in life. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take a moment to say that, that was a very rewarding experience.
Nice. Anybody you want to thank? Any pleasantries you want to exchange?
I definitely want to thank our executive producer for like the last 9 months or so. He was a part of that with me.
Yeah.
And, and he was able to help me and, employ vets and their family members.
Nice.
So that was good.
Good shit, EP.
Yeah, good shit. And so... it's time to travel. I am going on a bit of a sabbatical.
Yes.
I'll be in Peru and Argentina, maybe Colombia. Mm-hmm. I got to stay away from Brazil. That's where all the big booty hoes are.
Yes, yourself included.
Yeah. I mean, I belong in Brazil.
Yeah.
There's actually a warrant for me for not being in Brazil.
It's time to go home.
On account of how juicy this dumper is. Hello, squats.
All the weight.
Yeah. And yeah, we were talking about that. We went to work out the other day. It was at Planet Fitness, and it was like the weights are just so inconsistent.
That
because
place drives me nuts. God, I hate that place.
Because you can max out one machine, like doing 10 reps per set on the max weight, and then you go to like the next machine, and it's just like 1 billion pounds.
So ridiculous. The whole place is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just like somebody who had like worked out once in college and got money.
That gym, no, that's exactly what it's like. It's like somebody worked out once and is trying to explain what a gym is. And that's what Planet Fitness is.
Yeah, it's almost like a fever dream.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because like you have dudes who are there in like wife beaters and like all the veins bulging and stuff. Yeah. Like the dude looks like the picture of the guy with an X through it who's not supposed to be there, the lunkheads or whatever. And he's like curling next to it, and I was like, I want to take a picture, but I don't care enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To troll Planet Fitness.
Right. I feel like they get that enough.
Yeah. And then you look over and you see all these like super done up with plastic surgery housewives. You know, they got the fake boobs and the fake ass and the fake lips. Yeah. And they're just trying to keep the body fat percentage low enough to not ruin the surgeries. Exactly. And they're there with their little waist trainers and, you know, fucking fuzzy water.
The doctor says if I cry, my face will fall off.
Yeah, so shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, maxing out this chair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's it's tough to throw shade at Planet Fitness while you're there. It's almost like I saw my buddy Gary at the gay orgy the other day. He was like, well, what were you doing there?
Yeah, that's 100%, Michael. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so it was definitely very interesting. Yeah. But you know, it's good to speak in the fact that I think they ranked Virginia Beach, when I say they without reference, Men's Fitness Magazine ranked Virginia Beach as like the 20th most fit city in the country.
I can see that. It's a very fit culture around here.
Yeah, you know, you got a lot of military, and you know, that kind of sucks because all the girls expect you to be like, you know, super buff and tatted.
It's a rough world.
Yeah, and you know what's even worse about when you get buff and tatted?
What's that?
Is that people steal your profile and your pictures.
That was a good segue. Yeah. No, it happens. No,
I had more to talk about.
But
I was just too good.
We call a soft handoff.
Yeah, I know, but it was just too good of an opportunity for me not to do. So we'll come back to this other stuff later.
My nipples itch.
Watch, that's gonna be someone's profile picture.
Be scratching my nipples.
Yeah, some weird old lady's like, send me a video of you rubbing your nipples, baby.
Yeah, and he's like perfect. Jackpot.
Yeah, so you were recently featured on a publication about men who have their identities more or less stolen on social media.
Yes, I was.
Tell us about that.
Oh, okay. No, so pretty much if any of you follow me on any kind of social media, you will see that there are at any given time dozens of fake Mike Cincy profiles. And that's because a lot of these people, usually other countries, scammers from different continents, just use usually American service members, both male and female, and they take their pictures and they use them for to scam people out of money. The one big thing that was happening was like, I'm deployed and my unit left without me, like back home, and now I need money for a plane ticket to return home from deployment. Which, if you know anything about anything, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So that was a big one for a while. Recently, it's been more of like, it's like flirty, like dating kind of talk. It's like, I think you're sexy. Send me naked pictures. And then once the guy or girl does, then they're like, I'm gonna send this to your whole family, like unless you give me money. So there's also a blackmail thing going on too. So a bunch of websites have reached out and like asked if I could talk about it and stuff. And I've given them all bumps and stuff, but. Yeah, man, it seems it's not going away. And I always tell people, and I probably a dozen DMs a week in my request box, just like, hey, I got scammed by a profile of yours. It's either like one of three things. It's somebody saying, hey, just for your info, this person's out there. I've reported it. Have a nice day, which are my favorite. Number two, it's like, hey, I got scammed using these pictures. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Like they're mad at me. Or it's three, they're all the way mad at me, like, hey, you did this to me. This is you. I know it's you using your own pictures to scam me. Like, and they're like, we're married. Come to peace with us. I have a lot of mid-50s wives in Germany who are
there are a lot of dishes to be done.
Very upset with me right now.
Oh man.
Yeah. So like I say on all those other things, like at first, much like you have a reactionary brain where it's like, how can I help? What am I supposed to do? But I'm to the point now, it's like, fuck, you are stupid. Like, if you're sending nudes and money to a stranger based on just your love of the military, first off, God bless America. But second, like, that's stupid. That is very stupid. And they're always like, well, I should have known when their English was broken and they never wanted to FaceTime me or send recent pictures. Like, well, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably fucking is.
Yeah, I would like to say on behalf of everybody else, fuck you for being so beautiful. I'm sorry that you're so good looking that people steal your pictures.
Yeah,
and
me too.
To the point where just a picture of you is enough to rob people of their senses.
Yes.
And their money and their dignity and my virginity and just, things you can never give back.
Have you been affected by these profiles?
Visit MikeCreamPieToMe.com. You may be entitled to financial compensation through CombatCombover.com. They have fantastic hair products, beard oil, pomade. Use our discount code Creampie to save yourself some money.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm sure you're wondering how many fake profiles I have. I'd like to report that there are none.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
So one of us is safe.
Yeah, thank God the brand's safe.
Yeah, and but the thing with that though is I feel that I'm moderately handsome, not overly handsome.
You're a good-looking guy.
Yeah, I'm good enough to.
I'd fuck you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
your standards aren't very high. I've
They
seen
are
your
not.
conquests.
They are not.
But yeah. So I think the big appeal of me is the conversation and the humor and the interaction. So when some fucking dude from Pakistan, who thinks like these fucking boomer memes you see on Facebook are funny, and they try to like troll somebody or like scam them or whatever, they're like, clearly you're not Pop Smoke.
Right,
like,
100%,
get the fuck out of here.
You've soiled his good name.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah, it's actually one of my profiles that I'm trying to use to catfish you.
Hey, oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Justice for Us All goes.
That's you?
So if somebody wants to read about this or see an article that you were featured in, where can they find it?
I can just do the one I did today because I know it's the one you're referring to. Give me 2 seconds.
I mean, it's bold of you to assume you know what I was thinking about.
Social Catfish is the site. Yeah. They're a company out of California, and they do people search and verification, and they've recently gotten into a lot of catfishing stuff. So I don't know, Dan can see the Instagram, but like as you can see, they've been featured on news publications and
Yeah, I was looking at this earlier because as I am a good friend, he posted about this, so I went to investigate,
That's fair.
see what's up. And I did see that there was a video on here with some other military guys.
Yeah.
And I would like to say you were by far the most handsome.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And I mean, maybe slow down your alcoholism a little bit if you want to last into your 30s.
I don't want to, though. Trying to die before 30.
Yeah, so like you look at this fucking video, like really, like that dude,
Right?
that dude with gray hair,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like that dude looks like our buddy Swolfie if he like was atrophied,
Right? If he
Like,
wasn't good looking.
yeah, if he put on like 60 pounds of muscle, he'd look like our buddy.
Exactly.
But like but it's just like so those profiles are having success. Like did you ever stop to think just the pure amount of reach that you have on people, whether it be through your social media, through your stand-up, through the catfish profiles? Like how many people a day do you think see your face or hear your name?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Honestly, if I'm being honest, probably about 1 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every day.
Every single day, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big number.
It is a big number. If it were real, it'd be dope. My Instagram numbers do not reflect that, but
Yeah, I was about to say there's probably about 1 million women out there who see you in the eyes of their children.
yeah. That's an insane number.
Okay, 600K.
Thank you.
I was being foolish. Just all this Strikeforce energy got me hyped up.
That's right. Use our discount code SmokePit to save yourself some money.
Yep, and as I sip from this Dunder Mifflin Paper Company mug with Strikeforce in it.
And I sip from this General Mattis mug that is full of White Claw and Strikeforce.
Cheers, buddy.
Hey.
I hope that doesn't break anyone's eardrums.
Yes. What the fuck?
Spike their phone.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck this show.
Yeah, and so also check out Grill Your Ass Off Seasoning. If you're tired of being white and being told that you don't season your chicken properly, use your Pop Smoke Fajita seasoning.
Yes, it is good.
Discount code SmokePit.
I like how you're just like, if you're tired of being white, use this product. Hundreds of guilty white people just sit up in their chairs.
Yeah, so I think that that's pretty much all our sponsors.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say about the catfishing?
No, be smart, be safe. Stop sending nudes to strangers. It's absurd. And definitely stop sending them money on top of that. So
It was funny. Right as you were saying that, I got a message. Your eyes look amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling our executive producer earlier today, the more followers you get, the more impact that you have, the more reach that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, there's going to be a percentage of people who react one way or another. So at any given point in time, 0.5% of people are going to be assholes. 1% of people are going to be dicks. 2% of people are going to want to get in your pants unless you're a professional catfisher like you.
It's true. It's true.
Then it's up to 69%.
Hey.
But yeah, so the more you increase your reach, and this older lady actually messaged me last night. I think I can find the message, but more or less she was just like, "Hey, I know you're friends with blank person. Like, I really want closure. Blah blah blah."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Lady, like, I don't know what you're talking about." They're like, "Oh, I know you're friends with this person." I'm like, "Well, what's their at?" Like you said, reactive.
Right,
like
yeah.
I want. Like, I've been, the little alert thing has gone off, like
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid. And now I am interested.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was, I think I deleted the message because she wouldn't stop blowing me up.
Okay.
But she was like, yeah, this person, she said their handle. And then, like, I went to that person's profile, and, like, I had heard of them before in the community, but I don't follow them.
Right.
I mean, I don't have anything against them. I just never had, reason to interact with them.
Sure.
And so, like, I took a screenshot of that and I sent it to her, and I was like, lady, I don't even follow this person. Like, they follow me, but I don't follow them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm sorry that you're having this, but this isn't my fault. Like, what are you doing here? And so it just sucks because, there are people out there that are lonely and, they're vulnerable and they get taken advantage.
Yep. Yeah.
And it just sucks. Like, I'm not going to name names or anything, but I know people who have had family members who, have had problems with that. Like Manti Te'o, for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, this dude was a Heisman candidate. Did he win?
He did not, no.
No, he's a Heisman candidate. And he, from the great school of Notre Dame.
The only school in the world.
Outside of Florida State and University of Pittsburgh.
I've never heard of those places.
I mean, let's stretch this out.
Oh, did you win the Heisman?
No, but Jameis Winston did.
Okay, because you're him.
Yes, I'm a Floridian.
Who
we
has
all
a
share
lot of
victories.
Allegations against him.
Again, I'm a Floridian.
Yeah, what's your point?
Have you not seen my picture in the...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Florida veteran.
Yeah, Florida veteran. And so it sucks when people get taken advantage. And so anytime, like, a hot girl has ever messaged me, my first thing is, like, instantly just like, she's too hot to be messaging me. What's going on here?
100%, yeah.
Like, immediately my fucking reactor shields go up, like, all hands to battle station.
Yeah.
Like, what prank is being pulled on me right now?
Exactly.
And 9 times out of 10, they're usually real people. But the 1 time out of 10, you have to be very careful.
Mm-hmm.
And, because you could get hurt, you get kidnapped, you could end up... in a situation, like, can you think of any situations like that?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on. You even talked about it in your comments earlier.
Did I?
Almost playing Madden with the big black guy.
Oh, yeah. Austin, I love you, buddy.
Yeah, we told a story on the podcast, I think towards season 1?
I don't even know.
Oh, man, it's been so many episodes.
A lot of episodes.
EP, how many episodes are we on?
47.
This is our 47th episode.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so his buddy Austin got catfished.
He did. On Plenty of Fish, yeah.
Yeah, on Plenty of Fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
ironic.
fitting.
Yeah, makes sense.
Very fitting. All right, so there's something that I do need to clear the air about.
Ooh.
I got to come clean. It's weighing on my chest and on my morality, and I just really got to let the people know.
SmokePit exclusive.
So you remember a few years ago when the bottle challenge, the bottle flip challenge was really big?
I do.
I invented that.
Did you now?
I did.
How would you invent the bottle flip challenge?
Well, it was not quite the way you would have expected.
As it never is.
So I was in Afghanistan on my last combat deployment,
Mm-hmm.
and we got into a firefight.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a billion Taliban, just whatever it was. There's just every Taliban.
Yeah, all of them.
It's everybody in India came to Afghanistan. They're all Taliban.
Just all of them.
And it was just me. I was alone and unafraid.
Of course.
Except for Mike Sensi was clinging to my leg like National Lampoon. Save me, El Guapo.
Yeah.
I was like, I will save you.
Yes.
And so I was like, well, I got to pop smoke to get out of here. And this was before the brand was even a thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so I threw the smoke grenade out. and as it's flipping through the air, it lands right on the bottom, straight up,
Wow.
just like a bottle flip.
Okay.
And right at that fucking moment, I don't know where it came from. I think it was like the town speakers where they do the call to prayer. But all of a sudden, just dubstep just started playing.
Ooh.
And all the Taliban was just like, oh. And I was like, oh. And they started dabbing.
Yeah.
And then I shot them all.
Oof.
And I haven't been able to tell this story before because it was classified.
Of course. Of course.
Heavily redacted.
Heavily.
The incident report is like an encyclopedia
Of lies.
But now that I'm out of the military,
Yes.
I can speak a little bit more freely. But the thing is, I'm really not after the glory.
Yeah, no.
Or, the fame, the accolades, the
sure.
money, just the women.
That makes
you
sense.
know.
How's that going?
Oh, well, I got a good one now, so.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Great success. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
Just throw over my shoulder and run for the horizon.
Well, that's awesome, man. I didn't know you invented the online sensation known as the bottle flip challenge.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you.
One of my many humble accomplishments.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe shaping military culture.
Very humble. Yeah, one day at a time.
Just one day at a time. Yeah, it's something like I'll be real for a second. Like sometimes it is really cool to see how many likes you get on a post or have people come up and recognize you, and have people message you. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if I were to fucking just die tomorrow, the world would go on.
Mine would not.
What, you wouldn't be on your couch playing Madden, getting DoorDash?
But I'd be sad.
How is that different than a normal day?
I guess it'd be the exact same.
Just sad for a different reason.
Yeah, but I couldn't send you memes.
I mean, you could send the account memes; they just wouldn't reply.
That's the saddest thing you've ever said.
Yo, it really is.
Oof.
Like my buddy Phillips that died in our first deployment.
Yeah.
His mom had a MySpace page that was like a tribute to him.
Yeah.
And then after a while, she ran out of pictures to post, and MySpace kind of phased out, and so it was like her little temple, like her little shrine. And then MySpace deleted it for being inactive. And this was back in 2005, so she didn't have these pictures backed up anywhere else.
Right.
And so she lost all these pictures that everybody had sent her of deployment pictures we took. And she filed a complaint. They weren't able to restore it, so she lost all these pictures of her son.
Oof. Whew.
And it was just rough, man.
That's rough.
Like I had a picture that I took with a disposable camera. He was our assaultman, so he was responsible for breaching and demo and rockets and shit like that before they phased the MOS out. Just like the Terminal Lance kid.
Yeah.
And 0351. And so we were doing Operation Steel Curtain, and he had set a breaching charge and push quarter turn pull. Set the charge off, and I have a saw, so I'm usually the fourth or fifth guy in the stack, Yeah. And as he's rounding the corner with the shotgun, I just pulled out the disposable camera, snapped a picture, and threw it in my dump pouch, and went in. We cleared out, went to the rooftop, hooked and jabbed, get ready to go to the next compound. And I didn't think about it because it was like a 2-week op. We were triple-digit enemy KIAs. It's got its own Wikipedia page. Absolutely fucking crazy. And so I get back home, and I'm like, oh, I got this disposable camera, right? And I get it developed, and I find this fucking picture. Well, he died I think 2 weeks before the deployment was over. Just super fucking sad. So I was able to give a copy of that picture to his mom.
Nice.
Like a hard copy of it.
Hell yeah.
Because, you'd actually go into the Walgreens and you'd have you'd pay extra for the 1 hour development.
Yeah.
So otherwise it'd be 7 days.
Yeah, they wouldn't look through your shit.
Yeah, and so I was able to give her a hard copy. And it wasn't a great picture. It was a door that was blown all to fuck. He was kind of rounding the corner, so all you can kind of see was his profile. But he had a Gerber on his hip that she gave him for Christmas, so she recognized that. And she was just like, oh, that's my baby.
Yeah.
And then she cried on my shoulder, and then I was crying, and then his dad was crying.
Yeah.
And I was crying more.
Yeah, and the cat was crying. Yeah.
It was a fucking rough day, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And so it once again, it is great to be able to impact people's lives and share experiences and give encouragement and be a source of inspiration. But, at the end of the day, I fuck up, I make mistakes, I am humbled on a daily basis. Either by clipping my fucking toe on a corner as I'm coming around the hallway.
Yeah.
Or fucking going to stand up and just my legs being asleep after being on the shitter. Or that one time I got into a fight after leg day.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
Yeah, did you fare well?
No, I did not.
Ah, woof.
And I'd say it was a tie.
Well, what was her name? Who was this woman that you fought?
No. It was after just a brutal fucking PT session we had one day in Quantico.
Yeah.
It was all like squats and lunges and fucking dirty dogs and donkey kicks.
Yep.
Just meant to destroy your fucking legs. And we were at a fucking party. It was me and my ex, and she said something smart. The fucking dude had issue with it, so I go to step in, and like as I go to make that quick movement, like my leg buckled, and then I caught a 2-piece to the face, and then we clinched.
Yeah.
And I was just using my upper body strength to hold myself up with him, and then we got separated.
You're just whispering in his ear, "Please help me." Your legs were shaking.
Yeah. I'm just like slipping a 50 into his pocket.
Yeah.
Be like, make me look good.
It's tough to defend your girl when you're looking like a newborn baby.
Yeah, like a fucking baby giraffe.
Yeah.
And so that I think that's something that a lot of people don't take in consideration.
Yeah, 100%.
Like people that go to the gym like all the fucking time. Like, how do you not be just sore all the time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, your muscles get used to the movement, but also fighting muscles, as you know, are much different than weightlifting muscles. So it's a delicate balance you got to find.
So after your leg day, do you feel like you'd be good for a fight?
The day after, yes. 2 days after, no.
Really?
Yeah, 2 days. The day 2 after a leg day is the worst day.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Usually my first day after, and then the second day I'm still a little sore, but it's better off.
Day 2. All the true like heavyweight lifters, they know it's day 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't lift that way anymore, but when I used to, I used to be big.
Yeah.
But yeah, day 2, man.
Because for my size and my frame, like I'm sure if I like went Goku fucking Super Saiyan training, like I could probably be like super fucking beastly.
Yeah, for sure.
But as it is right now, I just have a slightly above average level of strength.
Yeah, that's right.
Just being a man who's almost 300 pounds.
Just enough to lift a car. Yeah. Humble.
Yeah, or throw my lady through the air.
That's right.
Which, gentlemen, if you're not doing that, if you're not being rough with your girl, you're making a disservice.
What if the girl is in a wheelchair?
Then somebody before you was rough with her. Like, I don't. What do you want with me, man? Like somebody beat you to the punch. Once you go black, you go in a wheelchair.
Whew. I don't have a joke. I'm speechless. That was good. Well played.
But speaking about fights, though.
What do you got?
Have you ever seen those prank shows?
Yeah, like the hidden camera, like prank shows.
Yeah, either that or Impractical Jokers, or the Japanese prank shows or whatever.
Right.
Like the clown pranks, or like that one dude. I think he's in Canada, which fitting to the point of the story is that he's dressed up like a Middle Eastern man, and
he like throws his backpack.
And then it's like run, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And because I was in America, he would just get shot.
100%, he would be dead.
Like I'd be like, all right, well, I'm about to get blown up, but that means I got 2 seconds for a well-aimed shot.
That's right. Yeah,
I mean, that's not unreasonable at that distance.
Not at all.
2 seconds can be an eternity on the fucking on the line, and so like that's why you don't really see a lot of veterans get pranked.
Yeah,
because that's why none of my friends and family really like prank me like that. Because one, like 99% of the time, I have a gun on me.
Yeah.
And
like Frank Reynolds from Always Sunny, he will have a gun on him.
Good reference.
Yeah.
And then so like that, there was a video I posted a while back. It was a guy who was a vet. He was coming home from work, and his family did a surprise birthday party, and he pulled his pistol.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
I do. Oh yeah, that's a big black guy, right?
Yeah, the big black guy.
Yep.
And and it's not because he was black; it's because he was a veteran.
Yeah, he was a black veteran.
It's the point of the story. And man, we really need to get a black guy on the show. It's not that we've avoided it. I'm just.
Well, now it sounds like we have because you brought it up.
Well, I mean, you're from the Midwest. Like, do they even have outside of sports teams? Do they even have black people out there?
Ever heard of Gary, Indiana?
No.
Good.
That's where we keep them.
Oh no!
Is that what you're saying?
Whew, no, I was not. We'll get a black guy.
We need to, or a black girl. I mean, who do you think the most ethnic person we've had on the show is? What, Patty?
Probably Patty.
Yeah, she was Dominican.
It's Dominican. It's New York.
Yeah. Just dead ass.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Where's Patty?
I don't know. Just out having a perfect smile somewhere.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Out being Miss New York.
Charming people. Yeah.
Just waving gingerly.
Answering broad questions.
World peace.
Yeah.
I just have this feeling she's gonna pop up behind me like Arnold and Predator.
I will say
and shank the fuck out of me.
I was gonna say 100%. Patty legitimately scares me.
Yeah.
I'm very scared of her.
And she has 2 switchblades on her at all times.
And that's just customary.
Yeah, so if you'd like to know more about Patty, go listen to our episode, Miss New York Deadass. Former Miss New York.
That's like episode 4.
Yeah, it's seriously.
Super early.
Super early. How do we book a guest that big, dude?
I don't know.
You know, like,
I don't know.
Like a literal beauty pageant winner. It was just like,
Miss
hey,
New
come
York.
to our random show that we've recorded like 1 episode.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't.
Yeah. And she was awesome, yeah.
Yeah, she was fantastic. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else that's been like super ethnic. Like AJ's got the Latin heat, but you know, he's very Welsh like Garrett.
Yeah. Was Melly's part Filipino, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. There's that.
Well, and it's funny because Stephanie is like descendant of some like Austrian royalty
she's
line.
Descendant of royalty, that's right.
Yeah, she's like literally a descendant of royalty.
So I mean, it sounds like we've been crushing it personally.
Yeah, but no, we definitely need to give it
a
little bit more. I mean, I will say we have done well with the men and the women though.
Yeah,
like more than half of our guests have been women.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of law enforcement.
Yeah, big fans.
Yeah, because there's so much parallels between that and the military.
Very true.
EP, how we doing on time?
We're at 32 minutes.
All right. I want to take this moment to give a shout out to Warfighter Scuba.org. I'm wearing their hat right now. They're a nonprofit that does diving trips for combat wounded veterans, teaching them to be able to focus on things like they're regulating their breathing, their buoyancy, their depth, things like that to help them sort of like meditate. And it's almost like a form of like super badass yoga that you could die.
You can die during yoga.
Yeah, but like you could also die during diving.
True.
So it's like therapy with danger.
Whew.
Yeah,
danger
but it's
therapy.
Super fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
I went down there, spent some time with them. We got a podcast where we talked to them a couple episodes ago, Warfighter Scuba. Make sure to check them out. All right, anything else you want to talk about?
Let's see. Just like, global warming and stuff. What's up with that?
Okay, Patty.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, you got some traveling coming up too, don't you?
To Indiana. Yeah, that's about it.
Are you going anywhere while you're up there?
I mean, we're going to catch a Notre Dame game as a family.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just what we do. Super alcoholic Catholic people. But no, other than that, I'll just be... I don't know when this is going to air. Is this going to air before I leave, Stedman?
After you leave.
After.
The last weekend of October.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I'll be there and back then. But yeah, I'll be in my good old hometown, Kokomo, Indiana, helping shadowing recruiters.
Aruba, Jamaica.
I will fight you.
I hope you haven't done leg day 2 days ago then.
You know I didn't. Just look at him.
Because you will lose this fight.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10.
That's right. Nah, man. Just seeing what the recruiter gig's all about. See if it's my jam.
Yeah, if you're a recruiter, please try to talk him out of this.
It's not so much. Listen. I just think it'd be a different kind of challenge. We could keep making content. The show could go on.
Yeah.
So if anything, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, but you're planning on going halfway across the country.
Well, I don't know where I'm going yet. So.
No, but for real, what if you get like sent somewhere that really sucks?
Like what? Give me an example of sucks.
Like fucking Lawton, Oklahoma.
Then I will just make the best of it. Oklahomans are good people. So.
Have you met him?
Yeah. No. My buddy Kyle, he's an Oklahoman.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's a pretty bad person.
Well, let's say if he's friends with you.
Yeah.
Like,
no. I mean, I feel like the job's the job, no matter what. It'll be more strenuous in certain locations for sure, but at the same time, I think, it'll be all right.
Well, back to you being a bad person.
Right.
You're such a bad person that the government had to get involved and pair you with a moral compass.
What do you mean?
You're chaplain.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, you're an RP. Like, you're the chaplain's shadow. Yeah. And so you were such a bad person that the government got involved to give you a spiritual guide.
It's free therapy, and I appreciate it. Yeah. I do need it. So
imagine how bad you'd be otherwise.
Oh man, I have no idea.
Like, Jesus, like, what if you had went in, like, bosun's mate?
Oh,
all you do was, like, scrape barnacles and paint chips and just get drunk?
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
But at least you get to do cool stuff and have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's a good job.
So if you had to say, what is your favorite aspect of your job in the Navy?
Being an RP?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I think my favorite aspect is just how multi-platformed it is. It's much like Corpsman. You serve on every single type of platform there is in the military, and not just blue side, green side. Everybody knows about the FMF stuff, but like RPs are needed every single duty station. So
yeah, there's, do you happen to know any of the chaplain or RPs on the USS Bush?
I don't know.
Have you heard what's going on?
Of course I have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Like, Decelerate Your Life, a page that we associate with, good people. They started doing kind of like an expose on it, like calling people out and asking questions, because they had like 3 suicides in a week on that ship.
Yep.
And then the Facebook page blocked them, and then so he got like fucking lawyers and fucking politicians involved.
Yeah.
And to say that it was a violation of his constitutional rights, so they had to unblock him.
Yeah.
Then he started fucking like going after him even harder.
Yeah.
And so like the fact that they tried to block them, and then there was reports from the command, or from the people in the command, that the higher ups were getting on like the bullhorn across the ship and like talking shit to people.
Yeah.
And like saying it was like their fault, and that like people are shit talking them, which is not the case.
Yeah.
They're shit talking the command.
Yep.
Then like the Fox News, CBS, local news here, Wavy 10, Washington Post, like they started doing fucking articles on it and shit.
Yeah.
Like, why has there been so many suicides? And then I reposted, and I had a rash of people reach out to me and be like, yeah, I was on that ship, like morale was terrible.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
They didn't give a fuck about anybody. Like all they did was wanting to fucking like advance their careers and like make themselves look good.
Yeah.
And it's like the Bush, it's a carrier, right? Hey, EP, could you look that up?
It's a carrier.
It's a
Okay,
carrier,
yeah.
okay.
So there's 5,000 fucking people on it.
Yeah.
So like the idea that like a handful of people who are at the top of that could just shit on everybody else to make life terrible for thousands of our fellow service members.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
No, that definitely sucks. It's
Like-
just it shows how disconnected leadership is from their juniors.
Yeah, because like I've met plenty of other people who love their ships. They,
Right. Yeah.
They love their command, they love their experience. They love the ladyboys in Thailand. And
Right,
the
who
port
doesn't?
calls.
Who doesn't?
Like,
Yeah.
It's just great experience. But
Yeah.
so that was the thing you liked the most about your job. What do you like the least?
Oh, it's that's easy. It's just being front and center for the worst days of everybody's lives.
Yeah.
That's it. So like, not a lot of times people come to my workspace saying, "Hey, Mike, just want to let you know I'm having a great day. Baby's doing fine, wife's fine." You know what I mean? It's never that. It's every
Finances are great.
Yeah, exactly. My credit score went up this morning.
High five.
Yeah, it's never that. It's if somebody comes into our workspace looking for guidance, that person is usually having the worst day of their life.
I get that.
So seeing that, and then the combative side of it, the stress of putting yourself before another person, because that's my whole job as the bodyguard. But then the other side of the combat side is losing service members, because it's like there's been times where I'm on a convoy where somebody gets injured or killed, and so not only do I have to fucking do the security on the convoy, but when we get back, I have to go get with the morticians and stuff, and like be with the chaplain while he talks to people, and just like so I'm there from the beginning to the very, very end of service members' lives, and that weighs heavy sometimes.
I get that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough, because it's like from the just like the grunt side perspective, and like I know you said that it's more than just like the green side infantry, that it's all over the Navy and the Marine Corps team, and just from the grunts perspective, like you're out there and like you're having a shitty day,
Right?
And then all of a sudden the chap shows up, and it's usually one of two reactions, like, oh, I don't want to fucking talk to this guy, like and it's not that like he's a bad person, he's just so fucking happy that it makes me feel bad.
A lot of them are bad about that.
Yeah, a lot of chaplains are just like, hey there, devil dog.
Yeah,
like,
they're all very Ned Flanders.
Yeah. Semper Fi, feeling it today. Am I right, my fellow Bella Woodsman?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there are other people that they have affinity towards spirituality or religion, so they flock towards them, and and exactly that. Like I can't tell you how many times whether it's an RP or chaplain or just some random stranger in the smoke pit, like I'll just dump my entire life story on them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like this is everything that has gone wrong with me.
Yeah.
Fix me.
Yeah, fix me. Yeah.
And so I could see how that would be really heavy, because I did the suicide prevention for a lot of the units that I was in. I was the NCOIC for that, and same thing, like some kid comes up to you, he's like, oh, my fucking my girlfriend cheated on me, and my fucking dog died, and
Right.
Navy Marine Corps Relief Society won't give me fucking money to fix my car engine, even though like I fucking donate to them every month,
Right.
blah 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 blah, like this, and I'm like, well, fuck, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you want a hand job? Like,
Right.
that's literally all I can do for
That's
you.
the same thing I do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally all I can do for you. And it's like, all right, fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you give them the hand job.
Yeah.
And then usually you don't really see them ever again.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people may come back, but it's like, you're so invested in this person's life for an hour, and then it's like they disappear.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes you're wondering, like, what happened to that guy?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I get that. So I would say, as for my job, the best aspect of it is just kind of like romanticized, stoic moment of just long suffering. Like you're on deployment. You make your little hot coffee in your canteen cup. You're like, yeah, I'm suffering so others may live free.
Right.
And just like that hard dick moment, like, yeah, I'm doing this for other people, and like nobody knows my pain.
Yeah. Thousands and thousands of other grunts.
Yeah. But everybody back home.
Right,
And,
100%.
yeah, and so like I always got off on that shit, and
Good,
like you don't
yeah.
get to share that moment with a lot of people.
That's true.
And then the worst aspect of it is that everybody's life goes on, whether it's siblings growing up, people getting married, kids being born, people dying, your significant other moving on or doing things without you, like whatever the case is, life goes on without you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of those things aren't necessarily just indicative of just my job, but it's a big part of it,
Yeah, for sure.
Like you deploy so many times, like after 5 deployments, it's just like people just stopped inviting me to shit. People
Yep.
stopped telling me about their lives and updating me on things, and stopped sending birthday cards or letters for whatever occasion.
Yeah, no,
It's
for
like
sure.
by deployment number 5, it's just like everybody's like, oh, you're not dead yet?
Yeah, right. You're still
Like-
around? Yeah.
Like, hey, thumbs up, like that's great that he's over there, but like they're focused on their own shit.
Yeah, back in my single days, it'd always be like I'd come back to wherever I was stationed, and they're always just like, I feel like you're always deployed. Like, you know what I mean? Like those couple of girls you have on your phone and stuff, and it's just like, well, yeah, because I am. Like, I'm in the field getting ready for deployment, then I come back and I deploy. So,
And
yeah.
the only constant is that fucking aging bartender,
That's right, yeah. And then at the, what's a shitty Jackson bar?
Cowboys,
Not
Tar Heels.
Well, Tar Heel's super shitty. I was going to say the Brown Derby, but that was a little hideaway that nobody really knew about. Back in my day, I'm pretty sure it's very popular now.
Well, EP, how much time we got left?
None.
Did we stop recording?
No, we're still recording.
Oh,
All
so
right,
we're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time. All right, bye. See you when we get back, fuckers.